Empire is back, season 3, episode 1, Light in Darkness. Bam, bam. Okay, I am going to be talking kind of low because Mama Thick Chick is in the other room, and bitch, I don't need to be cussing in front of my mama, girl. So we got to keep it on the down low. But let me just say, I am super excited that Empire is back. And let me say, I am even more happy with the first episode because I really honestly and truly thought that Lee Daniels and the rest of the cast and crew and Fox or whoever was going to really drag this shit along. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to wait until the end of the episode to find out who it was that was going to be going over that balcony. Okay? So the family is all kinds of in disarray because, girl, this was literally a split moment thing, a spur of the moment thing with Lucius marrying Anika. Okay, we already know that Laura done fled the altar. Okay, she done told Hakeem, your family a little bit too much for me. I can't put up with this for the rest of my life. I do not want to marry you. So she done already left. So he sure enough got an attitude, which, you know, is understandable. You got your soon-to-be wife that literally left you at the altar. Okay, they stranded you at the altar. And you got your daddy that didn't marry your baby mama. All in that same little, all in a span of 5 minutes. So after all this goes on, of course, Hakeem storms out of the building into the, you know, the just married car, and Lucius is trying to stop him. But girl, I mean, did he really think he was going to get any type of solution out of Hakeem at that particular point in time? Hakeem already a hothead, and him and Lucius don't really mesh well like that anyway. So I'm pretty sure Lucius probably knew that he really wasn't about to get no act right out of Hakeem at that particular point in time. So they're all down there. Number one, Hakeem has stormed off, and they still trying to figure like, where the hell is Andre? What's going on with Andre? Then all of a sudden, this is the moment that we find out who it is that literally got thrown over the balcony, and it ended up being Rhonda. I mean, Rhonda is literally on top of the car, y'all. Number one, she bleeding, her eyes wide open. She just staring at Jamal, and Lucius just mouth wide open, just dead as a doornail. Now, of course, as all this happens, remember, Andre is on the balcony. Literally, you know, he had just saw them like tussling on the balcony, so he was about to intervene, run over there and try to, you know, stop the whole situation. But before he can get over there, Anika had already low-key pushed Rhonda over the balcony, so she was already there. So of course, Andre looking over the balcony like, my wife. And the next thing we know, girl, we already know that Andre ain't, you know, he ain't all the way there. He probably ain't been taking his meds like he supposed to been taking his meds and things. So girl, he literally just blacked out and just run over to Anika, said, bitch, you done killed my wife. Bitch, you done killed my wife. So he grabs her around the neck and he proceeds to choke her ass. But girl, as he's doing that, as he is choking the life out of Anika all of a sudden, girl, at first I was like, oh Lord, y'all, she bleeding, y'all, but her water broke. And I guess as Andre saw Anika's water breaking, he was like, I guess he had a flashback, like, okay, she is carrying a lion in her stomach. So even though at this particular point in time I want to choke the life out of her, I can't just sit there and just kill her right now. So he picks Anika up and he carries her through the building so that they can rush her to the hospital, because at this particular point in time, Anika's water done broke, and it's repeat though. Now meanwhile, back at the house, okay, Cookie there, she cutting Lucia's face out of all the family pictures, girl. Cause she, at this particular point in time, we know that Cookie and Lucius, they had literally just got to a place where they were, you know, starting to love back on each other. They had started to get close again. Now, all of a sudden, literally before you can even blink your eyes, he's literally married to one of the people that Cookie cannot stand, which is Anika, one of the people who literally basically is tearing their family apart. Now she is married to Lucius, and Cookie just she can't stand it at this particular point in time. So she at the house cutting out all Lucius' face out all of the pictures and things. Hakeem drunk as a skunk, so he done moseyed on over to Tiana's house, basically telling her, girl, I done loved you all this time. Now that Laura done left him at the altar, he want to go and profess his love to Tiana. So he goes over there. Now when he go over there, of course he drunk as a skunk. He ends up falling asleep. But Jamal calls Hakeem and Cookie to let them know, like, y'all need to get to the hospital. Okay, y'all need to get here. Number one, Rhonda dead. Number one. Number two, Anika is, her water done broke. She is giving birth to what they thought was going to be an heir to the throne, okay, another little baby boy. So everybody at the hospital, including Andre literally sitting there. Yeah, I literally thought Andre was probably gonna, I thought Andre was literally gonna tear some shit up. I really honestly truly did. But they all at the hospital with the exception of Hakeem. Even grandma there, okay, even grandmama at the hospital. They're sitting there, and of course, Cookie comes out and she's trying to console Andre, gives Andre Rhonda's clothing, because when somebody died, they take your clothes off and they give you clothes that you died in to your family, because they got to take you to the morgue, okay? So she gives Andre Rhonda's belongings. And she's like, they have a chapel here. I can call, your priest or whatever, and you come, you can pray with. He was like, look, I'm done with God, okay? I'm done with God. God he ain't doing nothing for me. I'm finito with God. I don't want nothing else to do with God. So grandmama over there, of course, she got to chime in and give her 2 cents. She like, we being punished, okay? We all being punished. We done did some shit, did some messed up stuff. We in this old jacked up family. So the Lord, he punishing us right now. But Andre, right now, he done lost his baby, he done lost his wife, all within a span of a month or so, and Andre he over it, okay? He don't want nothing else to do with God. Now, while all of this is going on, the Popo Ho, of course, they come into the hospital because literally Rhonda just got thrown over the balcony, okay? So the Popo, they waiting outside the delivery, like, yeah, you giving birth, but once you give birth, we gonna need you to tell us what went on this balcony, okay? We need to know what happened on this balcony. So while she's in the delivery room and while the police is waiting outside of the door, of course, her new husband, Lucius, busts up in the delivery room, and they like, okay, you can't be up in here unless you the baby daddy or something. He was like, I'm her husband. So, he's up in there while Anika is pushing, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is some old sentimental stuff. You getting ready to have my grandchild. So he leans down to Anika while she's in there pushing it, while the Popo Ho is outside of the door. He's like, okay, this what we gonna do. That whole push situation that happened, you ain't push her. She was gonna jump anyway. You was trying to intervene. You was trying to stop her from jumping. So that needs to be your story to the police. You ain't had nothing to do with her jumping over that balcony. She was gonna jump anyway. She tried to fight you and all this type of stuff, and she ended up jumping, and that's how she did. Because they need to keep up this whole facade, because remember, he just got married to Anika because, basically to keep himself out of jail. So, they need to keep up this whole facade right now. So he's like, okay, just calm down, just go head on and push. Anika pushes, the baby comes out, and it's like, congratulations, it's a little girl. And of course, after he done told her, look, that whole push thing, we gonna say that didn't happen. But as Anika gives birth, it's a little girl and not a little boy, even though she told Lucius that she was pregnant with a little boy. That's some shady stuff. Now, in the next scene, we see Lucius at this whole little mansion, like off of the water with Put Some Respect on My Name in French Montana. He's basically trying to get them in on the whole Empire Extreme thing, which is this, the music streaming service that they're trying to get off the ground. So, Put Some Respect on My Name in French Montana, I love the fact that they have so much respect for Cookie, that they like, look, man, okay, we understand what all you trying to do with this music streaming thing, but you got a whole lot of mess going on with you right now. He was like, man, what's, Empire, falling down in the ocean right now. Empire ain't really doing what it need to do. Y'all in a whole lot of mess right now. And he like, man, what's a king without his queen? He was like, you sat there and you done married your ex, and it's just a whole messy situation. Now, even though Put Some Respect on My Name in French Montana, they ain't really interested in it, Lucia's like, okay, that's cool, but I just want y'all to know, y'all gonna regret that when Empire Extreme, be booming and things. You're gonna regret the fact that you didn't decide to get in on this whole deal situation. But they like, no, we don't want to fool around with it because there's too much mess going on in Empire right now. So we gonna pass on that situation right there. Now, at the Empire Extreme meeting, because even though Rhonda done died and you got Anika that just had the baby, and Laura done left Hakeem at the altar, it's still business as usual at Empire. They still got to move on with business as usual. They can't stop for no reason. I don't care what's going on. Somebody dead in the hospital, they don't care. Okay, they got to move on with the whole little situation. So they're at this Empire Extreme meeting, and you know, Cookie's in there looking all cute and things. Well, Andre's not there at this particular point in time because again, this man literally just lost his wife. So you have Jamal there, you have Hakeem that's there, and Cookie's basically telling Jamal and Hakeem, look, y'all need to call y'all brother, y'all need to tell him that we praying for him, and you know, take as much time as he need, and you know, we excited for whenever he get ready to come back to Empire. Just know that we all gonna be here for him. Now, while all of this is going on, Hakeem starts feeling some type of way. Number one, Lucius then married his baby mama. Not only did Lucius marry his baby mama, Lucius even went as far as to put his name on Baby Bella's, that's her name, put his name on Baby Bella's birth certificate. So of course Hakeem feeling some type of way. Even though Hakeem is feeling some type of way, Lucius is like, okay, you can feel some type of way, but at the same time, grown men, like you sitting there pumping your chest talking about, you know, I'm a grown ass man, etc. So he was like, grown ass men don't miss the birth of their child. While you over Tiana house passed out drunk, of course they didn't know that at the time, but while you at Tiana house passed out drunk, your baby mama was at the hospital giving birth, and you missed the phone calls that was letting you know that you needed to get to the hospital to witness the birth of your baby girl. Now, when everybody storms out, Lucius tries to, you know, get all up on Cookie. He's like, you know, I know we still good as long as I can see that fire in your eyes. And Cookie said, Lucius, look, I need you to hear me, and I need you to hear me good. What me and you had is dead, okay? What me and you had is dead. And what I want you to do is enjoy your married life. Now, meanwhile, back in the studio, Hakeem's in there working on a new album or single or whatever. Then Shine busts up in there, you know, Exhibit. So he busts up in there. I think the motherfucker's name Exhibit. Is his name Exhibit? Which is Lucius's rival. So he busts up in there and he tells Hakeem that, look, you need a stronger sound. Basically, low-key telling Hakeem that he low-key sounds like a girl. So he got this chick with him named Nessa, and pretty much he wants Nessa to work with Hakeem. But, you know, he kind of wants Nessa to work with Hakeem, but what he really wants is for Nessa to, basically for Lucius to give Nessa her own record deal, because we know that apparently Shine and Lucius had some type of situation that go on back in their younger days, and Shine still got, you know, a big time grudge about that situation. So he feels like Lucius owes him, and basically what he wants as payment is for Nessa to get a record deal. So Shine up in there, he playing all around with the mixing thing, and of course Hakeem's producer sitting there looking like, why this dude in here messing with my stuff? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, dude, you gotta go, okay? You gotta go. So he picks up the dude and basically pushes him out of the way, and he just right up in there just playing around with the mixer, just like he just running things. So I guess Lucius hears all the commotion. So Lucius comes in there with his posse, you know, with his background, with his security guards. And he's like, look, Shine, it's time for you to go. I understand that you probably got some situation that you're dealing with. I understand that you're mad, but it's time for you to dip. And Shine tell him like, man, look, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not leaving unless you give Nessa a record deal. I'm pretty sure you don't want me to hit up Tariq and tell Tariq all of your unmentionables, okay? I'm pretty sure you don't want me to fill Tariq in on all your secrets and things. So we already know that Tariq is waiting for that perfect opportunity for Lucius to slip up so that he can go ahead on and lock Lucius up. So, of course, I guess now Shine's feeling some type of way. So he proceeds to get some of the equipment and proceeds to beat up the producer and the chair, slamming him on the floor, and the man down there moaning and groaning. And he tells Hakeem, look, man, I know the situation you got with your dad. Look, you dope. You a good rapper, okay? You a good rapper, and don't let nobody tell you no different, which is low-key kind of confusing, because when you came in the studio the first time, you was telling the man that he needed a stronger sound, basically telling him he sounded like a little girl. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little confusing to me. Now later on, Shine finds Lucius, okay, and Lucius apologized to Shine like, look, man, I'm sorry about the things that we had to deal with back in our younger days. I apologize, and look, you know, what I'll give you is I'll offer you to allow Nessa to be featured on a single by an artist of your choosing. He said you can either take it or you can leave it. But Shine like, look, man, that ain't what I want. What I want is for her to be singing backup, okay, and a bridge at the Music Extreme that Jamal is going to be performing at. That is what I want. And of course, Lucius is like, okay, you know what? I can give you that. But in the meantime, between time, we find out, okay, Lucius agrees to it. He shakes Shine's hand, tells him that he's going to give him what he wants. But the catch is, Lucius tells one of his, the people he walked with, one of his bodyguards, he was like, yeah, he like, look, man, that's the number one rule of business. Yeah, I'm gonna give him what he want, but the whole time her microphone ain't gonna be on. Now, in the meantime, Sean gives Hakeem a mix that he didn't, put together, whatever. And of course, Hakeem, he loving it. You know what I'm saying? Now we know the tension that Sean and Lucius had. So I don't know if it's about to be some type of relationship between Sean and Hakeem, and Lucius gonna end up feeling some type of way about it, and that's gonna end up causing some type of problems. I don't know, but Hakeem is really feeling the mix that Sean put together. So I don't know. I'm starting to smell something brewing in that whole little situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Now, Hakeem is a hothead because we know that Sean already got Nessa up in the studio with him, and he introduces Nessa to Hakeem, and the first thing Hakeem does is like, ooh, a chick. Let me go over here and I'm trying to whisper some sweet nothings in her ear, but Nessa already knows the type of dude that Hakeem is. She already knows that he's a womanizer. He's a dude that loves beautiful women, so she's like, oh, nah, boo, not me. Okay, not me. Not on Sunday. Now, meanwhile, back at Cookie's house, her and her sisters are hanging out, and, of course, they low-key upset. They're like, man, you know what, Cookie? Lucius said and marry this chick. What you need to do, you need to go ahead on and rat him out to, to Reek. That's what you pretty much need to go ahead and do. But even though Cookie is upset with Lucius, even though she hates the fact that he done went and married Anika, hates it with a passion, her loyalty still lies with her family. Now, after she figures out, oh, okay, these fools trying to get me to rat out Lucius, she tell him, you know what? It's time for you to hit the door. But as she opens the door to basically kick him out, Tariq is standing at the door. Tariq basically tells Cookie, look, I know Lucius only married Anika to pretty much keep keeping us from being able to subpoena her to be able to testify against him. I already know what y'all got going on. So even though Cookie is feeling some type of way about Lucius, they end up leaking up so they can go to the hospital to get Anika because she's being discharged right now with the baby. So they need to go to the hospital and get her, take her back to the mansion so that, it can kind of low-key look like she been living there and they're together, they married, etc., etc. So they need to make it look like it's real, even though it's all for him not, basically just to allow him not to be able to go to jail. Now, girl, this is the gag. This is the part that got me literally on the floor. Anika comes in there. Of course, she got, the bodyguards and stuff where they carrying diapers and all this baby stuff. And of course, she don't want to be there because even though I feel like Anika low-key wants to be back in the family, she ain't too thrilled because she see now, even though that, she's there and the baby's there, she know that they really don't want her. Number one, you done lied talking about you having a little boy. Okay, now that's number one. Lucius already feel some type of way about you lying to him, saying that it's a little boy that you're having. But she comes up in the house with all her baby stuff. Now Lucius' mama, she got no filter. She don't care what she said. So she's sitting in the kitchen, cutting up some stuff. Anika comes through there and she was like, you know what, you about as trustworthy as a snake in a hamster cage. And she said, I got my eye on you and don't you touch none of this food because I know you're trying to poison me. So Mama Lion ain't having it, okay? Mama Lion, y'all might think Mama Lion is crazy, but Mama Lion already know something ain't right about Anika. So she's like, girl, you about just as trustworthy as a snake in a hamster cage. I got my eye on you and don't you touch none of this food because I don't trust you. At the rehearsal for the Empire Extreme, Jamal is performing a song. Basically, he is dedicating this song to all of the people who have lost their lives to police brutality. Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Elton Sterling, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought it was beautiful. But of course, Cookie comes in and she was like, did Lucius approve this song? He was like, I'm going to do it anyway. And I asked him for forgiveness later. But this is something that Jamal wants to do. And I thought it was a very, very beautiful thing for him to want to do. I mean, I thought it was very fitting to the occasion, to be honest with you. Now, back at the house, Anika and Hakeem, they holding the baby and they rocking the baby. Of course, they having like a little bonding moment. Then all of a sudden, Lucius comes in there and just takes the baby out of Hakeem's. I'm like, you ain't even holding the baby, right? I'm just like, dude, okay, dude. At the end of the day, this is still this boy's baby. But Lucius, number one, Lucius petty is all I do. Of course, Anika's looking like, oh my God. But I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how long Anika gonna be able to keep up this whole charade with her and Hakeem, being the father of her baby and her pretending like she's really in love with Lucius, even though she just married him so that the police can't subpoena her to testify. I hope and pray that she don't sit there and just go and just rat out Lucius because she get tired of the whole little situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that as well down in the comment section. Do you think Anika gonna be able to keep her mouth closed? Yay or nay? Now downstairs, we already know that Lucia's then invited Tariq over to have dinner. So they're all sitting there having dinner. And of course, Tariq already know that something ain't right in the water. So he started picking fights with everybody, okay? He starts telling everybody about themselves. And of course, he moves on to cooking. He was like, most of all, you literally sitting here at a table with basically with this dude who really don't even want you there. You got this woman here who done took your seat. So he starts talking crap about her. And of course, Andre ain't having it. Andre gets up and goes off on him. Jamal gets up and goes off on him. And, Lucius is like, no, y'all calm down. Calm down. And Cookie tells him, look, man, I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, this is still my family and I still got their back. He also tells Anika, I know this whole marriage thing is fake. And Anika says, it's very, very real. It's extremely real. And Lucia's like, what, you want to go in there and check the DNA on our sheets? You want to go in there and, see what's been going on the sheets? Is that what's going to give you proof that me and Anika is really married? So Anika proceeds to get up and go over and plant one on Lucius's lips. We know Lucius ain't really here for Anika. So as she gets up to go and kiss him, he grips her hand to where Tariq can't see it. And he's squeezing it like, girl, yeah, you can go ahead and kiss me. I'm going to pretend like I'm kissing you. But you needs to back up off me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as Tariq's sitting there going off on him and basically telling him about themselves, Lucius pretty much tells him, man, look, you could be living like this too, okay? I take care of my family. And Tariq's like, what, you trying to bribe a federal agent? Basically, you trying to, buy me off? He was like, no, it ain't nothing like that. And he tells Cookie, look, you went and did time for this man. She was like, look, I make sacrifices for my family, and that's what we do for family. You make sacrifices for each other. She also proceeds to tell him, look, I'm about to enjoy my dinner. Would you like a to-go pay? Pretty much telling him, look, okay, it's time for you to exit stage left. You done sat there and we done showed you that Anika lives here. She's really married to Lucius. Now it's time for you to get your steak and potatoes and dip. Now we're at the Empire Extreme launch, okay? And remember when old petty ass Lucius already had made plans to put Nelsa in the background, but he was going to make sure that her microphone was off and, so he can low-key give Shine what he wanted, which was Nessa performing with Jamal at during this stream launch. So when it comes time for Jamal to perform, he starts having flashbacks of being shot by Frida. Remember back at when they were at the Ace Awards, when Frida came, when she was low-key trying to, shoot Lucius, but Jamal jumped in the way. He started having flashbacks of that, so he was getting stage fright and he wasn't able to perform. So Hakeem comes and does the little brother thing, and he gets Jamal, he takes him to the back, and he's like, dude, you need to breathe, you need to breathe, you need to breathe. I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to breathe. So of course, Lucius then sold out all the screens in Times Square, so this is a big thing. So Nessa takes it upon herself to come from the back and go up to the mic so she can, perform the song that Jamal was going to do, to keep everybody from sitting there looking like, what the fuck is really going on? So Lucius' plan low-key backfired on him. Instead of Nessa being in the background with her microphone turned off, now she is center stage getting all the promo that Jamal would have been getting if, he hadn't got this whole little stage fright situation. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Nelson got a beautiful ass voice. So, of course, Lucius come backstage, and instead of him consoling Jamal like Hakeem is doing, Hakeem like, dude, he having a panic attack. So Lucius comes in and kind of low-key puts his fingers behind Jamal's head like he got a gun. Lucius just petty as fucking, y'all. When I tell you that man ain't got no type of compassion, not a compassionate bone nowhere in his damn body. So Lucius mad as fuck that Nessa up there getting all this screen time during his lunch party, and you got Jamal back there having a panic attack and shit. And he like, dude, what's going on? He was like, dude, I had to do this for Frida. You said that you was gonna help her, and you got an innocent girl sitting in jail. I mean, she really ain't innocent, even though it was low-key kind of warranted because Lucius did some old fucked up ass shit. Lucius killed her daddy in jail. So that was some fucked up ass shit. So she really not innocent, but I understand Jamal's sympathy towards her because Lucius did her dirty, like for real. So Lucius like, you were really feeling sorry for somebody that's in jail because they shot you? He was like, she shot me because of you, motherfucker. Now back at the house, Lucius and Cookie, they're in the nursery with baby Bella, and of course, they're proud grandparents or whatever. So they're in there, looking over baby Bella, and they just having this little cute little candid ass moment. And we get the first fucking flashback of teenage Lucius and teenage Cookie, and it was, girl, I'm hungering for more. I don't know about y'all, but that was a cute little flashback. So I'm really interested in seeing more of the teenage flashbacks of Cookie and Lucius, of how they first met. And Cookie proceeds to tell Lucius, look, the only way that I can see this continuing to work for us is if you let me handle the music side of Empire and you continue to handle the business side of Empire, because I don't see us being able to work together, okay? If you handle the business side and I handle the music side and we stay out of each other's way, then we'll be good. But otherwise, it really ain't gonna work. At first, Lucius is kind of like, no, but Cookie's like, look, if you want to continue to work with me, you need to either let me go or you need to give me what I want, which is letting me handle the music side of things and you handle the business side of things, and we just stay out of each other's way. So I guess because he really does love Cookie and he don't really want to push her away completely, he go ahead and he agrees to handle the business side and let her handle the music side. Now I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I don't want this to be one of them situations where they doing like they did for these last 2 seasons, where it's back and forth. Cookie and Lucius, they mad at each other, and all of a sudden they back together. I mean, I don't want to see that shit no more. But we know later on in this season we're gonna see Taye Diggs, and Taye Diggs is low-key gonna be a love interest of Cookie's, I think. Now this is some super duper creepy ass shit, okay? Andre's on the couch having one of his meltdowns. Andre did bad. Andre was a bad boy. Andre been a really bad boy. Then all of a sudden his subconscious fucks with him, and they just so happen to, he starts hallucinating and shit, and a ghost of Rhonda appears, sitting on the fucking table. She's like, yeah, Andre did fuck up, okay? What you gonna do without me? Motherfucker, you can't even remember to take your goddamn medication. So what is you gonna do now that I'm around here dead and gone, okay? You ain't believe me, you didn't protect me, all this old type of shit. Now we know this is some subconscious shit because Rhonda really don't even talk to Andre like that. She low-key kind of babies the fuck out of Andre. But while all of this stuff is going on, Jamal comes into the room. He's like, you okay, bro? Like, you all right? He like, yeah, I'm okay. I guess he don't want Jamal to know, motherfucker, I'm having another one of my episodes. Y'all need to go ahead and admit my ass again. So he tells Jamal that he's okay and all this. But Jamal looking at him like, dude, nah, some shit is going on with your ass. I don't know. We need to be monitoring you or something. Now, at the end of the episode, we see Lucius in the nursery, and he's rocking his granddaughter / stepdaughter. That's some weird ass shit. We see him rocking his granddaughter / stepdaughter, and he's telling her, I did everything, baby girl, to, protect our legacy, and we gonna show these haters just what time it is. But, okay, that ain't the fucking killer. The killer is Tariq then planted some type of a hidden camera in one of the stuffed animals in Baby Bella's room, so he's listening and watching everything that is going on in Baby Bella's nursery. So while Lucius is sitting there telling Baby Bella, okay, I did everything to protect our legacy, Tariq is outside in the car somewhere watching and listening to everything that's going down in that nursery. So hopefully, I don't know if somebody gonna catch wind of this fucking camera. I'm pretty sure they're probably not. But I hope and pray that Lucius don't fuck around and say some shit that he don't need to be saying, and Tariq get wind of it, and then it ain't gonna matter about you being married to Anika, okay? It ain't gonna matter. They're gonna have the evidence that they need to have on your ass from the horse's mouth. So, yeah, this was a very interesting episode. Like I said, again, I'm very, very happy that Lee Daniels and the producers and the directors or whoever decided that they were going to go ahead within the first 60 seconds of the show us, number one, who died. And there was a lot of going on in this episode, so it looks like it's going to be a good season. I'm excited for it. I hope that you guys are excited as well. There will be cameos by Taye Diggs. I don't know if he's going to be a regular this season or if he's just going to have like a couple of cameos. I don't know, but I'm sick of them fucking cameos. Give me some new characters if that's what you're going to do. But let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comment section. Also, if you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Join me over on my Facebook page. All of those links are down in the description box, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.